Om Shanti, Shiv Baba's Murli, 19th August 2024. Heading is Sweet Children, why Shiv Baba praise and glorify Shaktis? Why Shiv Baba praise and glorify Shaktis? Acha, today we are sitting in small Madhuban. There is one large Madhuban and one small Madhuban. How would you describe a small Madhuban? When the father comes to a small gathering, what would you call it? Small Madhuban. Why call it small Madhuban? Because there are very few children and the father is in front of you. Hence, a small Madhuban. But still it's Madhuban. Even if only one child meets the father face to face, what would you say? The father is in Madhuban. What is Madhuban? Just like Baba is the ocean of love, the sweet season, so when you meet him, how do the children who sit before him become? They become sweet. Even if only for a short time, during that moment, even the most bitter child becomes sweet. Therefore, this meeting is called Madhuban. The meeting of the soul with the Supreme Soul is called Madhuban. So where are you sitting? In Madhuban. Where? In Madhuban. In the small Madhuban, in the hearts of Bap Dada. So now, even Bap Dada's heart has become what? Madhuban. Yes, it has become Madhuban, hasn't it? Acha, children, what day is today? What day is it? Rsha Bandhan. Now, if you are tied, who will protect you? The one who is bound cannot offer protection, right? To protect, what is needed? One must be free. And why only protect your own sister? Shouldn't you also protect others' sisters? A sister is a sister, whether she is yours or someone else's. For your own sister, you have pure thoughts, and for another's sister, impure thoughts. What kind of Rsha Bandhan is that? If you maintain respect and pure thoughts for everyone, then you are truly observing Rsha Bandhan. Otherwise, it becomes merely a custom. So, what is the right way? We should correct our understanding of Rsha Bandhan. Who will correct it? So, children said, pure thoughts for everyone. And Baba said, and you can call this the bond of protection. Rsha Bandhan is bond of protection. When there is a true bond, there is no need for protection. A bond is different. In a relationship, there is no bondage. But when you love someone, both a bond and a relationship are created. Just as you children love the father, isn't it? So Bap Dada asked, do you love him? Then the father also loves you children. You two are compelled to come and meet the father, and the father is also compelled to come and meet you. You come, drawn by the bond of love, and the father too. What does the father do? He is drawn by the bond of love. Whether it's a relationship or a bond, when love is added, what happens? It becomes a relationship and a pure bond. And purity is in love. In love, there is no bargaining. If in love we start counting the days, bargaining or calculating where selfishness has entered, then love exists but only in percentage, isn't it? Some have 100%, some have 50%, some 70%, and others 40%. So even love is measured in percentages. And when percentages come into play, it means work needs to be done on the self. In today's time, we must look within to see how much we have become the fathers, how much we follow his values, how much we obey, and whether we do it from the heart or out of compulsion. If it is done out of compulsion, what will Baba say? What will he say? He will say, it is better not to do it. When you children became surrendered, what was the state at that time? When you children became surrendered, what was the state at that time? There was love in the heart, wasn't there? Love in the heart. The first time you met, hearts connected, but later, what happened slowly? What happened? In the beginning, hearts met, and when they met, no shortcomings were seen. Are you understanding? But later, what happens? Later, you start seeing faults. Initially, you don't see them because the heart is filled with love and love overflows. So, even if someone says something, you won't accept it. You won't even listen. But as time passes, what do you start doing? What do you start doing? You start comparing yourself to others. I am better than them. It should be like this. It should work this way. It should be done in this manner. Comparisons arise, and comparison completely destroys love. Where there is comparison, love ends, and what remains? It's like sugarcane without juice. Do you understand? A beehive without honey. When there is no honey in the beehive, what happens? What happens? It just looks like a beehive, but there is no honey. What is the result? Life becomes flavorless. If love ends in life, life becomes dry, like a dry sugar cane. It is there only for show. It appears as a sugar cane or a beehive, but there is no juice. Everything is there, but no sweetness. This is the condition of Brahmins after some time. In the beginning, the juice of love keeps dripping, and as time passes, just like a pot dries up, love dries up in life. Why? Because we have entered body consciousness. We begin to look at each other. The process of taking honey from Baba stops. The process of receiving sweetness halts. And when the flow is blocked, how long can you sustain that honey or juice? When is there juice in sugarcane? When it is rooted in the soil, uprooted, and slowly it dries up. This is the story of the majority of Brahmin souls. In the beginning, the thread of the heart is connected to Baba. When the heart is connected to the Father, Baba continues to transfer juice, giving and giving, distributing it to all. But as soon as the thread shifts from the Father to elsewhere, the mind starts wandering here and there. The connection is cut. And what happens? The flow of juice stops. If you connect to dry sugarcane, where will love come from? As long as the sugarcane is rooted in the earth, it is full of juice. When uprooted from the soil, it becomes dry. As long as the soul is connected to the Supreme Soul, it is full of sweetness. When connected to many others, it becomes dry. What is a life without sweetness like? How is a dry sugar cane? A dry sugar cane catches fire quickly, but fire cannot harm a juicy one. No matter how much Maya's flames surround a soul full of sweetness, it cannot be shaken. But when the soul becomes dry, Maya's flames seize it and turn it to ashes. The surprising thing is that the dry sugar cane doesn't even realize that it has lost its juice. When does it realize it? When it starts burning, when it feels the heat, when the flames rise. This is the condition of the majority of Brahmins. Look around you. What happens when children turn away from the father? So Baba keeps reminding the children over and over, do not look at anyone. Whom should you look at? Look at the Father. Look at the Father, who is giving you the essence of life. From where are you receiving the current of energy? From where are the streams of love flowing towards you? From Baba, isn't it? Baba will simply say, children, just pay attention to where the essence of life in your being is coming from. Look at yourself and look at the Father. The Father is always well-wishing for each child, wanting their life to be elevated, for everyone to be successful, and for them to become victorious in the battle of the subtle war within. That is, the battle against Maya. Sometimes you will face defeat, and other times you will taste victory. If someone advises you how to fight Maya, and you think, no, I'm a great warrior, I already know how to fight, then Baba will say, it's all right. Even if you take a blow or suffer defeat, wear your defeat as victory, and the Father will still be pleased with you. This is why the Father only says one thing: in the beginning, middle, and end, the Father is the master, not the children. But still, Baba will say that the Father's love is for every child, whether they are obedient or disobedient. Acha, children, to those children who are full of essence, who are embodiments of love, who constantly bathe in the streams of love while keeping the Father face to face, who dance in the rhythm of love, who are always in joy, to such sweet children, Bap Dada gives special remembrance and love from the heart. To such children who sit in the Father's heart and create a Madhuban, Bap Dada gives his heartfelt love and remembrance. Baba asked, why do you love? Because the Father loves you, isn't it? If the Father didn't love, you wouldn't either. Isn't that true? Just as a sugarcane takes essence from the earth, so too the earth loves the sugarcane, and the sugarcane loves the earth in return. Both are connected and fully surrendered to each other. This is how the connection is between the Father and the children. The Father loves you just as the earth nurtures the sugarcane, and the Father nurtures every soul. As long as the soul is receiving this essence, it will naturally love. Will you not? You will. Giving and receiving are mutual. Can only one side keep giving endlessly? Giving and receiving happen from both sides. If you say, only give to me, only understand me, only follow what I say, or if these comparisons arise in between, or if you say, accept only my 1 or 2 points, then what happens? What happens? Life becomes tasteless, selfish. If the earth says, I am giving you a sense, and the sugarcane says, I, then the wonder is that the real praise goes to the earth. Although the sugarcane is visible to the eyes, who is truly to be praised? Like a mother, isn't it? Yes, a tiny seed of sugarcane becomes a large tree. Who is responsible for making it so large? The earth. The earth and the clouds in the sky that bring rain and nourish it. Both play a role, don't they? But what if the seed is not sown in the earth? What if no rain falls from the sky? Indeed, the praise is for the mother. The praise is for nature, which, within the dark womb of a cave, creates a human being with 2 eyes, 2 ears, a mouth, and such a large body. So, who is the greatest creator? Nature, isn't it? If you want to see nature, start looking at yourself. What exists within your body? Nature has given you 2 eyes to see, sweet ears to hear, a mouth to project your voice, and bones and feet to stand on. The brain operates through nerves. This is the meter. Who should be praised? Nature. The praise of Mother Nature is necessary. How does this happen? Just like the Father provides one seed, the soul, the entire tree is then created by nature. What happens to the seed? Seeds are roaming around, aren't they? But without a body, what is the use? Just as in this world, man provides a single seed. But who creates the body? Who creates it? Nature. Whose blood is used? The woman's. Whose flesh? The woman's. Whose milk? The woman's. The blood, flesh, and milk all belong to the woman. The man only provides one seed, but 99% belongs to the woman. She nurtures with her own blood, creates flesh from her own body. Reflect. Creation continues because of the woman. Think about it. That is why the Father is glorified. It's not that man does nothing, but how was the man created? Whose body made the man? The woman's body. In a man, 99% of the body is formed from the woman's blood and flesh. The man provides one seed and the woman provides everything else. This is why the mother is praised for opening the gates to heaven. The mothers and the Shaktis are praised for opening the gates to heaven. Who is praised? The mother. Reflect on this, think about it. However, no man who is engrossed in body consciousness will understand this truth. Any man who is in body consciousness will not grasp this. But one who has a connection with the Father, who understands himself as a soul, will surely understand. What would Baba say to those who call a woman impure? What would he say? Isn't it remarkable that I transformed that so-called impure woman into a great queen? Think about it. Those who say not to touch a woman because she is impure, ask them, you were born from that very woman, right? Isn't that amazing? A woman can never be impure. Even if someone considers her impure, who made her that way? Man did. So who is responsible for labeling her as impure? It's the man, not the woman. Think about it carefully. There is no room for any doubt in this truth. That's why Baba says, salutations to the feminine. The one who has regarded the woman as impure has started their own downfall. But the one who crowns the woman as the jewel of their life becomes the sovereign of heaven. In the beginning of the world, your very first Father, the original Creator, made the woman the crown of the head, pure and elevated. He made all mothers the crown of the head. So the one who has placed a woman on the head as a crown, that same woman places the crown of the world on his head. This is the greatness of woman. The one who recognizes and understands this wisdom becomes a ruler of heaven. However, children might wonder about those who are not worthy in this world. Even in the scriptures, there were characters like Surpanakha and Mantra. But no matter who they are, whether it is Surpanakha, Mantra, Putna or Tadka, always honor womanhood. In the spiritual path, Defeating Tarka means overcoming inner evil. The victory over Surpanakha represents conquering negative traits. But when it comes to the father's wisdom, surrender is the only option. The father bows in reverence before the Shaktis, surrendering to its power. This is the humility of Baba. Baba says that nature, which is in turmoil today, will be uplifted by him. He, the creator of nature, will restore its purity. He will transform the entire world, and nature will become pure once again. Sometimes children ask, Baba, you have been coming for so long. Why haven't you fixed everything yet? But Baba gives everyone a chance to learn and grow. He waits because he knows that at some point, children will say, why didn't you give us a chance? Baba is patient. Once he grasps your hand, he will never let go, even if you wish to leave. So children, Baba is always with you. Hold on to his hand tightly, for if you wander, Maya will take you away. Always stay connected to Baba as he holds your hand firmly and Maya cannot harm you. Acha, we will meet again. So children said, Baba, take everyone's hand in yours. So Baba said, Baba has taken everyone's hands. Hold on to his hand firmly. Acha.